All right. Hello, everyone. Today is 7th grade science for August 31st, 2020. My name is Mr. Sheridan, and here we go. What I really want to stress to everybody is, number one, make sure you go do the 2 easy things at the beginning of class. Make sure you do your attendance and make sure that you do your daily check-in. So get those things done. You can listen to this video and figure out what we've done today, or you can just put graphing in there for the question at the bottom of your attendance sheet. So what I want to stress is that every single person, everyone needs to go back, and if you can do this one of 2 ways. I want you to check the first 6 assignments that we've done in this class. Okay, so there's been 6. There's been 3 of those that you needed to add a slide. One of those was a Flipgrid video. One of them was a where you had to, create or edit a Google Doc that I sent you in Classroom. And then this last video, or excuse me, the last assignment that we had, number 6, it's not actually due till today, but I went into PowerSchool and corrected it yesterday and put whether it was missing or whether you had turned it in. So I want you to go into PowerSchool and see what your grades look like, what assignments have been turned in. If there's an assignment that you think that you did that is marked as missing, then we need to have that conversation, okay? So I'm happy to do that. It might have just, maybe I missed you somehow, but you've got to send me an email and let me know if that's the case. So if something happened like that, we can fix it, but you got to let me know. If you see in PowerSchool that you are missing an assignment and you turn it in late, totally fine, but you have to send me an email. I'm not going to go back into those assignments and just periodically check them from time to time just to see who else may have turned it in. You need to send me an email that says, hey, there's a bunch of you who, or not a bunch of you, but a couple of you who didn't put your names on some of the slides in the slide decks. So you did all the work, you just didn't put your name on it. So you need to go in, check that, see if your name is on the slide that you did. And if it's not, then correct that. First of all, put your name on the slide and then send me an email. It says, hey, Mr. Sheridan, sorry, I didn't put my name on the slide. I fixed it. It's slide number 20 in assignment number 4. Would you please give me credit in PowerSchool, or something to that effect? Doesn't take a long time, but you got to give me a heads up, or else I'm not going to go back in there just for the fun of it to look at those just periodically. So I want to give you credit. I don't want your parents breathing down your neck or mine. So make sure that you get all these assignments done and go into PowerSchool and check and make sure you got them done. And if not, then take care of it and then let me know via email. Now, we are moving on this week. We're going to talk about graphing. And the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to look around your house, just like you were supposed to look around your house to see if there was something that you could use for a science experiment. What I want you to look around for this time is something that you could group together and make a graph. Okay? And I want you to find 5 different objects. So for instance, we have a student here who has like pink and white marshmallow looking things on their picture. So what you could do is find a bunch of marshmallows and figure out how many of which kind of marshmallows you have and make a graph about that. Okay? So, or you could find the example that I was using or that a student brought up in one of my other classes was what kinds of fruit do you have in the house? So you could group those together and make a bar graph based on how many apples and how many bananas and how many lemons you have in your house, that sort of thing. So those are examples of what I'm looking for. But what you should be walking around your house you're looking for things that can be grouped together, because that's how you're going to graph them. So if you have any questions, if you're watching this after class, you can send me an email. If you're watching this during class, then as soon as we stop recording, you're welcome to raise your hand and we can ask questions about that. But what I want you to do is do your very best to create 5 different graphs. I want you to graph them on a piece of paper, and then I want you to take a picture of that piece of paper and submit it on Google Classroom. And I will walk you through how to do that very quickly, okay? So where I'm going to share my screen after I click out of my email. And when I do that, you'll see that we are in your 7th grade science Google Classroom. If you go to classwork, that's on the bottom of your iPad if you're using your iPad. And you'll see down here at the bottom, we have an assignment called Graphing Home Observations. If you go into this assignment, and mine is going to look very different from yours, when you see your assignment in the upper right-hand corner, up here, you'll have a place to turn this assignment in. What you need to do first is actually attach something to that assignment. If you go in your iPad, you can attach a photo from your iPad into Google Classroom. So what I'm really looking for is for you to make your graphs. Then I want you to take a picture with your iPad. There is a camera on your iPad. So if you'll find, so once you make your graphs, do that first, 1 through 5. You got 5 little graphs. They don't have to be very big. You need just a title and label the axis on your graph. So you're going to go through and you're going to make 5 simple graphs. Then you're going to go on your iPad. You're going to find the camera app. You're going to take a picture of that piece of paper that you made those graphs on. Then you're going to go into Google Classroom right here. And when you go into that assignment in the upper right-hand corner, there's a spot where you can attach an image. And you're going to attach an image from your iPad, from your Photos section on your iPad. And then you can click Turn In. Okay, so I'm sure that went a little fast for some people. We are going to take a couple days and make sure that we figure this out. So I want you to try as hard as you can to get this done either today or tomorrow. But I need you looking around. I need you trying so that I can help you if you have any questions. All right. If you're watching this on YouTube and you have other questions, please feel free to email me anytime. My email address is Sheridan, SHERIDAN, the letter M, @dansville.org. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.